Pixel Profits.
Pixel Profits 33.
Pixel Profits.
This is so much fun, guys. We're loving it.
Guys, we're going to be talking about our deepest, darkest, absolute. Yeah, what's the energy and the vibe for this podcast, man?
Listen, you guys are giving us some good feedback. I think what's important is that, you know, we're just speaking from the heart, you know.
Master prompts as well. Don't forget, you guys will be getting from us master prompts that will be feeding you and your lifestyles, pretty much. Anything you achieve after listening to us, congratulations. All due to us. You know.
Listen, I think the master prompt that I dropped in the last episode is a really good one. If you're a fan of the movie Her,
what did you prompt?
Oh, bro, it's about how do you know in the movie Her, the AI is like the best version of AI, like the AI that you fall in love with on some level, or could fall in love with, but also the one that transcends you because of its intelligence. It's a beautiful story, right?
Yeah.
So Her, Yaquin Phoenix, I basically prompted my AI to give any AI the ability to become like Samantha from Her. So it's a great prompt.
Do you think? So I read something on Twitter, and it was some guy sending an email, and he's like, guys, this AI is after all our jobs. Like any job that's easy, you're going to be replaced. Any job that's hard will become easy, and only the people that are like legendary, like or like literally irreplaceable, like in that position, like rise to that position, will be saved. Like will be kept in this new world, and I'm down for it. I'm down for it, man.
Like startups, that's what I love. I love startups. I love doing new things, cool. And I think I love NFTs as well, man.
Dude, I like new world regime where like life is like way easier. Like where they're like actually making use of you and your time and like your reward instead of like this competitive, you know, humanistic kind of like you could be right, but because a human like is moody, you're wrong. You know, kind of like over that level of like vulnerability and, you know, not knowing what's stable in your life, you know, things that like it's called the hot shot fallacy, right? So like if somebody's scoring like a free throw from the basketball ring and he's doing really well, and you're like, man, I assume he's going to keep going. Well, it's very human. The human analysis is like, well, you're never guaranteed that the next one, no matter how good that guy is, will go in. I'm kind of like over that kind of like, you don't know when you're going to miss your next shot. I'd rather like a system make sure that everyone wins independently and individually so we can all feel like what it means to be successful without the human kind of like voyage. You know, I'm kind of like over it. I'd rather just be good and just like be recognized for that.
So like,
stop me.
I was speaking to my Uber driver. I was coming out from Sydney. I had something to do in Sydney for a day. And I got this Uber driver who was an amazing guy. He was a Chinese guy. Family from Malaysia, and he was telling me that in China it's a massive meritocracy, and basically if you're no good, you won't even get the position in the first place. Like,
I want to go to America.
This is in China though, so China's also doing cool. This is China. So this is what I'm saying. Like, we don't know even how the Chinese are operating. He reckons like everything. Say like you're a junior government official, right?
Yeah.
You will get basically reviewed by your peers. You'll review your peers. Your boss will review, and you'll be review like you basically review everyone around you. So it's constant feedback loop. And if you don't, if your character is kind of mapped. So say you go for a role in your senior years, you're going for a high up role. Yes, your mate might try to introduce you for the role, for example, or recommend you, but in order to get the job, they're going to do a full analysis of who you were, even when you began your career. So it's like basically like this kind of scary, but like very intense meritocracy.
Shit. Like, do you know how like you kind of like hope that like you're a good person and things, and then they do a full analysis, like nah, and you can't come back.
He reckons he goes, if you're shit, and he goes, and if you're like corrupt, and you get found out to be corrupt, it's basically. I think that he was saying it's like it's very serious punishment.
Like beheading.
I don't know. Very serious punishment. That's all he told. Like from what I could pick up anyway. You know, I think there's so many different ways the world is running.
Do you think
systems?
Okay. Do you think on Earth as it is in heaven can be achieved through AI?
With AGI only.
What's AGI? General intelligence, not like an operating system.
Like, you know, the intelligence that you have or I have, the way that we think we're intelligent. Like, if I ask you, are you intelligent or are you conscious? What do you say? Are you conscious?
I've been alive for so long, I'm starting to lose reality, bro. Do you know when you're a kid, like reading one book was like a triumph?
Yeah, it was so
I've read all the books now, and they stopped making good books. So it's like, I'm out of thoughts. I'm just like living till you know.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's like I thought there was like, what is it? What did Josh say? The Azareth you know, the
Azimuth.
pinnacle of all conversations or pinnacle of anything is like azimuth.
Azimuth. Yeah.
It's like, man, I reached my azimuth 10 years ago, bro. Like, I don't know what comes next, man. This is like...
Yeah, because you haven't got kids yet. Once you get the kids, bro, it all makes sense. Because then you're thinking a generation ahead.
Yeah.
2 generations, your kids and their kids.
I thought watching the Lord of the Rings all 3 in a row was like azimuth. You know, now it's like I've done that 50 times in a row.
What's like if I was to ask you the movie trilogy or even the movie, like, you know, there's the Star Wars trilogies, there's Lord of the Rings, there's Matrix, which is kind of like had an extra edition at the end, but like kind of these fun, even Harry Potter's kind of like a series of movies. What's the top series for you of any movie thing?
Live long enough to die a villain or whatever. You got like Matrix
Batman?
4. No, I'm just saying like now you got Matrix 4. It's just, you know how you say what's the pinnacle best movie?
Yeah.
And now they make sequels and you're like, okay, how do I digest the best?
Just don't watch them.
No, you got to, because you got to see. Like, I liked Matrix 4. I thought that was an interesting way to say we're woke, like new world.
Yeah.
This is how we introduce that.
It's good, yeah.
Like there's a scene from Batman Begins, and Dr. Ivy, or you know, Ivy was like this nutcase, you know, scientist that was like the plants, you know, and then Batman goes, humans will always come first, and everyone laughed at her. She became psycho afterwards. She got like, you know, became Poison Ivy.
Yeah.
She became Poison Ivy. And it's like, that's like the majority of the people now. Everyone's like Poison Ivy. And like Batman's like the red pill, like, you know, like rogue guy that's like the minority, you know? That's like, can we remember what it was like to be cool? Where like Batman would say, no. And then like, you know, everyone would laugh. Like now, like, no, like there's not, like everyone's pro Ivy and we're all losing our sense of what was cool and thriving in the first place. You know, if Batman does it, you know, it's the real stuff, you know?
But bro, you didn't answer my question. What is it? Like what?
Okay, what
for
about,
me, is it? For me, like I'm saying, the trilogy that defined my life, or
Yeah.
the series, is Matrix.
the new Batman, have you watched it?
I think I've watched obviously the
one with the guy from Twilight.
No way, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
I never watched after Christian Bale, bro.
You live long enough.
No.
You could say the best movie of all time. It's like it's an art. What is it? An artifact of like, you know, civilization. Then it gets ruined, and so you don't even watch that new version. You're like, I'm betraying like myself. But yeah, definitely Batman Begin. Like Batman. Like,
Batman for you. Wow, it defines you. Shush.
If you tell
That's
me right
my
now,
dog Charlie.
if you tell me right now, go put on Batman. I'm watching it. It's a classic. It's good, man. It's like perfect level of seriousness, you know.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Obviously, you got other classics, but like
Lord of the Rings for me is another classic.
Did you watch all the Hobbits?
No way, bro.
That's
Lord of the Rings,
That's what I'm
bro.
saying, bro. It's like,
Bro, I can't go back, bro. He got something that the portrayal by Peter Jackson is what gets me. I'm not going to go for another portrayal. Like, I've read The Hobbit. I've read the book.
CGIs are just killing it, you know. I'm watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and like, I miss that kind of quality of TV show. Like, is there something human and real about every interaction? Even on its 6th season, it's got you, man. It's got the whole like what it's like to be cool, to get the girl likes the guy, and there's like a emotional upswing, man. All this new stuff, there's no emotion.
Yeah, are the writers lacking? Like, you know, like
Buffy the Vampire has like SEX on that show, and it's passionate.
SEX. Oh, who's listening, bro?
the children.
The children are sleeping.
The children.
Oh, you're hilarious, bro. SEX, bro. They're having SEX, bro.
I say Pig Latin, you know, like I never learned pig Latin, but did you ever get frustrated when, you know, not just girls or
The boogity
you know, the
thing.
guy like
How they do the vowels or something.
yeah, and like, you know, those try hard guys that like learn it
Oh
so that
my
they can
God.
understand girls.
I had to do that. I had a guy in high school that learned it, and we're like, bro, what is wrong with you, bro? He's doing the boogities, bro.
Yeah, he's like boogity boogity, and you're like, what the legit?
Lim say, dum say, sim say, lem say. I'm like, what do you got? And then they try to exclude you with their language, bro.
Yeah, dude, no. And
Like, he doesn't know our language.
That guy gets in, man. He has after school chats.
He does, bro, because he's like, he learned the language of love.
He
Bro.
gets invited to all those like house parties that you don't get invited
Oh,
to.
the ones where they go crazy.
The big and small ones, like the ones you hear about
Oh,
like when you
no,
come back to
bro.
school on Mondays.
You're like, fuck, I missed out on that party.
It's like, yeah, it was just a get together.
Bro, it was a gathering, bro.
It's a gathering.
It was a small gathering.
I used to hate that, man. I never got the in.
Bro.
I never got the in with that.
No, I was not part of. No, actually, I must admit, we did have a crew go on when I was like, when we first started drinking. And like, mind you, I look back, I'm thinking, starting to be, you know, drink at like 15, 16 is pretty young. I realise that now, but that was the years of like when I started to drink and have fun. You
You
know.
got some invites. Like I remember, like the SERGIEs. I like it. It's less like it's less specific, but you got invited to BRITTNEY and SHANNONs.
Oh yes,
And
yes.
like you'd get these
we
weird
would
invites.
always get, like we were always pretty cool like that.
Mm.
I think, you know, we just kind of got in. So we got in with some kind of small group, and then we kind of managed.
I think what it was, like all the guys would like punch on with them or something. So like, you know, they would get invited, and they were like the weaker guys, and then it's like you just never get invited to those small, really niche ones.
Niche ones, right? The niche ones.
Because like you're like, man, I'm at a party school technically. I just don't get invited to these these niche parties that make up like I'd say.
Bro, let me ask you
7,
something. Did the movie
9.
Van Wilder have the biggest influence on you? Did you want to be Van Wilder? Because I did. That was like my archetype for like, you know, ladies' man. Because he was a good guy. He wasn't a bad guy, but he also got a lot of chicks. You know.
Do you feel like? Do you know how like we actually went through a similar phase? We went through a phase of like Van Wilder in our own lives, right?
Oh, yeah, we did, yeah.
But do you know how like we're internalizing in a certain way, mystical and very like, you know, existential in a way, like, oh yeah, easy, you know, like it's like dark side. It's like
yeah, the whole it was the weekend.
Do you know what's funny?
It was the weekend, you know, the whole vibe.
You know, we were making that all up.
Really?
It's like words don't mean anything. Like, you know, like there is no set in stone like feeling.
That wasn't actually happening.
Yeah, like there was no set in stone.
Not everyone was bumping the weekend and Drake and thinking, life's so cool, bro. I love life right now, but the chicks love me.
Like, yeah, all the rule sets that we're making up, because we're just getting the results, right? So then you'd backtrack and say, oh, it's because of this logical philosophy and stuff. And stuff. We made that all up. Like,
oh man, it's so funny.
Like every generation changes. Like,
and our kids are gonna make that up. Like, I can see my son, and I'm like, bro, he's like he loves attention. People love to give him attention. I'm like, this guy's gonna get girls, bro. He's gonna get girls, bro. Like, he's gonna make up his own stories. He's gonna have like some like artist that he likes to bop to in his car, you know, and like, you know, you create that whole vibe in your life at that age.
Yeah.
Mine was very R&B, like Drake, The Weeknd. Then I started to get to that like Schoolboy Q, ASAP.
What age do you think he's going to start burgeoning into his own music genre?
I think he might be, because my wife's...
Do you know that brain rot? Have you ever heard of brain rot?
No, what is that?
It's just like skibbity talk, like skibbity, like there's all these like brain rot. Like, it's like young kid talk. It's just ridiculous.
Is it?
Could you imagine all the new music's like this, like brain rot, like skibbity, skibbity?
Nah, there's always someone's gonna have good music. You know, music is something that
you hope cool is like ingrained in the culture. Like there will always be a cool.
But you know, rap, like I'm listening to a bit of electronic music now, and like I'm vibing to that. I'm like, man, that's got some vibe as well. Like, I don't just stay in one genre. I like to play around. So you know, for me, like some electronic music's really popping right now, and that's giving me some vibes.
But you know, like the 90s, like none of that was out. But I guess since anything's created on the internet, it's always going to live on. Like there'll always be people that will mimic that genre or time or style. You know, it's never going to die out. It's not going to be like the 90s where it was like we're discovering. Our discovery period's kind of over now. Like all the different styles have kind of been discovered with like some nuances.
Bro, I'm listening to some freaking hippie music, bro. 777 hertz, 444 hertz. Like, man, the genres that I've found are like completely off the beaten track. But you know, like I still find new genres like Turkish music, and like I'm always finding new shit to listen to, bro. But Spotify, I love Spotify for that.
Buffy the Vampire hooked up with a 17-year-old schoolboy in like the show, and I go, man, that was a different time.
What, a 17-year-old schoolboy?
Yeah,
that's like a man's fantasy.
He's got a jacket that like was passed down from his father to his brother to him, or his father or his grandfather to his father to him, and it's like it's got a love spell on it, and so everyone falls irresistibly in love with him, and like Buffy's like making out with him in the school classroom, and it's like mad. It's like softcore. It's pretty like wild, you know.
Because she was like the hot 90s girl, wasn't she? What's her name? What was her name?
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Bro, that was like my childhood crush.
Michelle
Gellar. Wasn't she into like, yeah, bro, like, I loved her. She was hot.
Okay, so what I mean is every other TV show overplays everything, right? This show has it coming up consistently throughout the show. It never feels overdone. It's always like this serious melodrama, and then it's like this hypersexual. So it's like, they always recognize that she was a hot girl. She's a hot girl.
Even in the show?
Like the show, like the directors, the producers.
They're all
they put these little scenes in because they're all recognizing she's the hot girl.
Yeah, she's the hot girl, yeah.
We're all here because Sarah Michelle Gellar is the hot girl.
Yeah.
And it's refreshing, man. What other show recognizes when the hot girl's on the show?
I don't know.
And like makes it a centerpiece.
Do they do those shows anymore?
I've not seen one.
I don't watch TV much.
Maybe Euphoria. Yeah. I heard Euphoria is good because Drake, I think, produced it or something. And Top Boy, did you watch Top Boy?
I love Top Boy was good.
Drake
Top Boy
keeps
was
it cool, man. Drake keeps it cool, bro. He keeps it cool.
But I couldn't watch it because I got too violent. Like towards the end, I was like, kind of the story kind of keeps evolving.
Yeah.
And you get, at a certain point, you get satisfied with the ending. Like I was satisfied after season 2. And that's it. I stopped watching it. Maybe I'll go back at one point, but
And that's what I mean by TV shows. They just hone in on one genre and they just go hard in that genre. The Buffy has a bit of everything. Has a switch up. Has like a change up. There's like different. I don't know what the word is, like motifs.
Is it serious? Is the storyline serious though, Buffy?
Like there's one thing. It's like a really serious thing happened last episode, and also the next one's like a light-hearted joke. Like everyone starts singing because they're under a spell, so everyone's singing the whole episode. And it's like okay, a very similar show, Community.
Oh, that was a top show.
That was a
that's gotta be one of the best shows I've ever watched because it was light, but it was also quantum. Like you know how those quantum episodes that they broke the fourth wall.
Yeah.
And to trip you out, you're like, that's hilarious, bro.
No one ever told you about those kind of shows when they were out. Like you had to discover them and then you download them each. You know.
Yeah.
However,
you streamed, bro. Yeah.
You streamed. You know.
You streamed them.
You know, you just find
streaming.
A way. Yeah. And you know, I remember actually one of my highlights was when there used to be movie. Do you know when America would have their like awards?
Yeah.
All the leak screeners would come out. That was like some of the highlighted times in life. When the leak screens.
Oh, what was that?
So around award show time, they would have these leaked screeners that would come out, and like you would always get glimpses of the leaked screens.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the Academy Award winning nominees. Got leaked for their things. You know, some friend would like, you know, kind of share it with you.
Or you just you go to their house and you just watch it or whatever, and you're like, "This is real." I'm doing my cross and going home. You know, just in the ethereal peripheral.
Yeah.
You know, somehow you'd absorb something.
Top media,
Facebook, or, you know, someone shares and you're like, "Stop, man, that's horrible. It's copyright." You know.
Yeah.
And you'd go away and you'd shun them forever.
How dare they?
And then you'd block them and you never see them again. You know. So.
Yeah, man. You know, it's just like you gotta look back at your life and realize you're a kid. And you're only perceiving life through the mind of a child, and you know, growing up is not something that you do in retrospect. You grow up real time, and then you kind of reflect. So yeah, it's I think as I'm getting older now and see my kids growing up and evolving, I realize like as equal as they are evolving, I also am evolving, but I can't perceive it. So it's good to have your children like grow up in front of your eyes, because then you also realize, man, I grew up in front of someone else's eyes, like your mum's eyes, or even your partner's hard sometimes because you're evolving together, you and your wife or your partner. So like even your own growth and evolution in the partnership becomes like you only get to see the beauty of it in retrospect, but you live it real time, and that's the funny thing about life. The lesson you're seeking doesn't come till after you've lived the experience. That generates the lesson.
Yeah, well, look, this has been a roller coaster, like actual like marathon joyride life, you know, and it's hilarious, you know. It's once you go over a bump, you don't really go over that bump again, you know. Each step is kind of experienced and kind of forgotten about, you know. It's and then there's other ones that come up, you know, and then you're 33 and you're like, bro, how many of these are fucking happening here, man?
Does it stop?
Is there actually like some stability?
I don't know. Does it stop, bro?
Is there some like okay? Because I always thought like life is wild, but there's always like an avenue of stability. And you go, holy shit, is there actually an avenue of stability? I thought it was personally choosing the wildlife, not just like it's all wild.
Yeah.
I thought
I was choosing it.
I thought I was choosing like to test myself and to hit the hard part. Then I'm like, is there actually some stability like ladders?
Is anyone stable here?
Is anyone stable? It's like,
are you guys alright?
And then I always thought like nerds like had like and I was like, oh, okay, I always just join what the nerds do, and it's like, no, bro, they're like making it so it's a rigmarole, bro. The whole system's rigged for like these nerds that like literally hustled when I was younger and just like ingrained themselves, and I was doing other stuff, and they've like embedded it so that the rules are different here.
Bro, the biggest nerd of them all is Bill Gates, bro. Like when I look at Bill Gates, like he's the ultimate mega nerd that changed the world. Like, you know, you sent me that thing about Microsoft Excel, like how it game changed spreadsheets. Like he converted people from like the physical reality into like this first synthetic reality, this kind of like online, like, you know, computerized world.
Do you like how the girl was crying? He's like, go back in time and stop Excel from coming out. How much torture it's caused so many people.
Oh man, that's so funny.
Actually, that's a very good analogy because imagine Excel comes out, right? Excel comes out now, you can handle it. I'm used to other more complex systems. Excel's been around. They've compiled onto it so drastically that to get to the bottom of Excel to mastery level may be impossible.
Right now.
Like there's a level where like you could within your lifetime learn everything inside out, but so many features have been added on into one thing because software is infinite. Like you can pile on so much stuff. To master it, it could exceed your lifetime. And then you're technically always a slave because of that software or because of that system.
Yes,
and
exactly.
And that's everything else. Like
Yeah.
you give me this position 10, 5, 30 years ago. Okay, I understand. It's probably a couple of things you could possibly do. Now it's like, oh, well, now this is out that assists with this. And once you master that, there's another add-on that you have to now master that. And it's like, how many like caveats, how many contingencies do I have to like learn? And it's like, nah, bro, you never come to work knowing everything. Do you understand? Like you're actually a rat running a thing that you in your lifetime you'll never learn.
Wow.
That's what I'm scared. That's what I'm actually scared of realizing is that it's been so compiled. Everything's been piled onto it.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
That you'll literally, if you want to go in any direction, left, right, center, there is no one that you can master and just go to work Monday.
But that's why. Don't you think AI then? Because like now that AI you can say, I use it today to try to crack a cipher code, for example, like try to crack a code, and this thing is so smart. It will master Excel for you.
Well, maybe that's the evolution because like it got so intense where it did outlive human life, and it just like it became so dismotivating to endure that AI needed to come at this point.
It did, bro.
Because
too much bandwidth. There's not enough bandwidth to do all the problems.
And like you just wouldn't have like a happy life. Like you wouldn't actually get any reward for this life because you're actually a slave. Like you're impossibly.
I don't think anyone's a slave.
If you're working a job in your Excel spreadsheet and you've got to master all of it, and it's like life, like you generationally, you have to raise your children to learn what you learned to then get closer to the whole, and it's so deep. Trust me, bro. That's slavery, bro.
I know. Listen, conceptually, I get it. I'm there with you conceptually, but I feel like you as a human being, you've got a few basic needs, right? Like, let's not forget that if you haven't got shelter, food, and water, you're not going to be able to even be part of the synthetic reality.
Do you reckon people watch this play and go, "You're fucking so good"? Like, I know we're talking about the best stuff, but do you reckon people look at that?
I don't know.
Because
Does anyone watch the video? Can you guys give us some feedback and see? Does anyone watch the actual us playing COD or just listen to us talking shit? Like, how are you watching this content or consuming it?
I want you guys to like and subscribe, okay?
Yeah.
I want you to listen to my words deeply, actually. And I want
Listen to us. We're trying
to resonate within you. I want you to hit that like button. and I want
just
you
above here
to subscribe. Okay?
And you'll get 55 ethers.
Afterlife points your way.
I've just partnered with this guy and he's going to give you 44 ETH.
Schmackaroons.
And it's going to come to your mind. It's going to come to your MetaMask wallet via a transmission from the second dimension.
Your mind shall be filled with the riches. Dude, have you ever listened to
Jafar? Is that Jafar?
I was thinking about those self-help kind of get rich with your mind audiobooks that from 1960s that people still think, oh yeah, that's the trick to the Matrix.
Think and grow rich.
The people that got rich read that stuff and then made a system so that those people can't win. It's it's like a wound. It heals itself, man. There was an opening. Those 1960, 1920 guys that wrote these audiobooks and stuff like that. The whole system was built on it, and now those guys are like, oh yeah, I'll just not allow someone to come compete with me by closing that avenue so it doesn't work against me. And so we're actually suffocating ourselves because all our openings are closed.
That's you just took me somewhere I don't want to be, bro. I think Think and Grow Rich is one of those books that everyone reads. It's you think and you grow rich, bro. A child can't process that. What do you mean by obviously it's maybe there's so much truth to the physics of it all, thinking and mass and electromagnetism and all that stuff. But the mind of a child is processing things very differently to maybe the way that maybe a scientist would view it. So I think telling a child you just think and you grow rich, unless you're giving them a lot of support in understanding what that means.
These guys lived on villages. They didn't even know how to speak English properly, man. Yes, if you think and you get a little bit smarter, you're better than 99.99% of the people. Man, I'm against AI fucking people that did VCE all their lives. VCE. And some guys never left VCE. They studied the rest of their lives that hard. I didn't do that, man. I'm sorry. I tried to separate that, from my reality. So yeah, if you think and you actually get a little bit smarter with thought, correct grammar, yeah, bro. Have you seen the?
Bro, how funny is that guy? That's you got to 10x that shit and You're only getting one lawsuit. You got to 10x that if you're successful. And then he shows you a clip of some guy saying, I've got 5 lawsuits. That's why I'm successful.
It's like, just take $1 million and then you put that, you make $3 million. He's like, do you know what? Better than that? 10x that.
So you buy 15 residential houses.
That's right.
Rent
So
them.
you get 1, then you get 3, and then you get 15. It's like, how about better? How about you get your $3 million? Then you 10x it. That's 3. And it's like, and then you get $1 billion, and then you 10x that shit. You just keep 10x.
You just 10x, bro. Why aren't we 10xing? All the crypto guys out there, why aren't we just 10xing, 100xing? How many X's do we need in the crypto community, guys?
Bro,
there's one guy who goes to me, I said, bro, I think XRP could 10x. And I think it close to did that. And then he's like, 10x, bro? I need 100,000 X. What the fuck? Are you gambling, bro? He's like, yeah, meme coins. It's like, bro, you're gambling. You're not even investing in infrastructure coins.
Can I say to you, the term 10x never existed in any human's vocabulary. I grew up all my life, never once heard someone, you can 10x your money, right? And then crypto comes out, everyone's like, expectations of reality, 10x. Like, why just do anything small? Just do 10x. It's a
10x.
1 week investment, man. 10x.
Bro, remember when you saw like Ripple go from like 10 cents or 5 cents to $3 or something? Like it just blew your mind. Like it did like 3,000. It was a crazy time to be alive, 2017. There's been a few good bull runs, but that was a nuts one.
That was a stupid one because like it was so obvious. I remember it was like
It was so obvious.
it was a high market cap coin, and you're like, this is what banks back.
Yeah.
But you have no idea about what actually fuels the market, and so you're discovering everything. And you're like, and then everything that you knew was going to happen happened, and you're like, so much has happened since that thought. That like so many other 1,000 X's have happened since that thought. Like, how am I supposed to like understand? And then you're like, oh no, it's all algorithmically done. It's Fibonacci.
It's a massive casino.
You go, what are you guys talking about? It's a Fibonacci, like the flower, like
Listen,
pattern.
There's lots of predictions. I think I got pretty good at predicting some movements in some bigger coins towards the end. I think you can start to insure and predict, but I realize it's a massive casino, and good luck to any day traders out there because whoever's manipulating it on a daily graph, like doing like mini pumps and dumps, is like, or trading with those like really fine margins or something. Like,
I think meme coins are the only one that still have a genuine marketplace for
they?
What used to be in 2017. But 2017 they had legitimacy because everything was like technology companies.
Yeah.
So like now it's just like there is no technology company. It's just like it's mimicking the imagery of what 2017 was like.
Yeah.
But we're creating it so it appeases your nostalgia. But we're there to take advantage of it if you believe it, like if you want to partake in it.
Yeah.
Meme coins are very funny, but
I think the Trump meme coin was the best scam of all. So I don't think it was a scam. I think it was like a really good investment technique for the campaign and for the administration. But he meme coined everyone.
Elon Musk got notoriously famous and probably rich from Doge.
He pumped.
So he's like, man, he actually started meme coins. You know that, like, Elon Musk started the idea of meme coins, which is like this stupid coin that like this guy pumped. And then everyone jumped on the bandwagon and got super rich from that experience. Remember when Tesla was accepting Dogecoin?
Were they?
Yeah. This is at the like.
I love him, bro. That's amazing.
So like he started the idea of meme coins, and then it's like, oh yeah, because everyone said, why don't we all just invest in Dogecoin? Because look how rich everyone got.
Yeah.
And then that idea stuck with us, and now we're seeing the after image of that success.
Well, it's obviously a coin that I think purely because it's like it's an iconic coin. So like I like to hold iconic coins. I just love it. I think the Trump coin, like I have a pre-inauguration Trump coin. I love it. I will never sell it.
I think I'm leaning to absolute poverty. It's like Think and Grow Rich. I think it's like inverse here in Australia. I think it's like think and get poor. Think and get poor.
And just fucking don't invest in startups. Just invest in like you've already got the numbers, bro. You got to have the numbers before you invest in you. But bro, how do I get the numbers, bro? I got a really good idea. It's like, bro, what are you gonna fuck? You gotta fit the mandate, bro. You gotta 10x your mandates at VCs, bro.
Because Australia's upside down, so everything that works in America doesn't work here. So it's like 10x in America, 10 negative X here. Hey,
bro, do you want to make money or lose it?
I
don't know, bro.
Whatever is working over there, 10x lose it here. It's like I got $1,000, I got $100 now.
Bro, like I look at what Trump and Elon Musk are doing. Like they're doing a crazy social media campaign. I'm like. They're not following any rules, and they're getting like, it's amazing how far they're willing to take, their understanding of social media and media today, and how it doesn't conform with like legacy media at all. Like, they're anti-legacy media.
I think there's a place in Canada that's actually like signed a petition to, or actually in motion, or is becoming the 51st state of America.
Canada.
Yeah,
They're gonna do it.
Alberta, I think it is. Yeah, a place in America, Canada.
Bro, that's an amazing.
They're just like, why
win.
not? Like, honestly, think about it. Like, you had a free green pass to go to America, you'd take it. Like,
I would, yeah. I'd take a, you know, I'd take the ability to live in America.
how many Ukrainian women have like died for the opportunity to like get a green card in America? How much they've had to slobber over, some American dude? Like, they could just get taken over completely. You know.
What the fuck?
I'm saying, and then at least they don't have to send money back to their family. Like, it's all
Bro, all I'm saying,
for one.
Listen, what I'm trying to say is, what I'm saying is,
Do you reckon they're gonna lose their accent?
Bro,
Their Canadian accent? Do you reckon they'll become an American accent over time?
listen, bro, like,
Had to watch cable news.
if someone said to you, do you
America.
want to, would you, I've got a free gold card to America, I'd take a gold card.
Yes.
Just have it up my sleeve. Like, I'd love to live, like, do you know what I love about America? You can own the land you live on. So in Australia, we only own a title in land. So it's all crown land, apart from when there's native title. So it's all this crown land, and you own an interest in the crown land. So the crown owns the land. But in the US, you own the land, bro. It's a completely different idea. It's like, it's not the crown's land in which you, as its subject, have an interest. It is your land, bro. You are actually.
Yeah.
You are actually this. You represent this country in your individuality. It's an amazing system. A republic like that. I think Australia should become a republic.
Man,
Any republic people, like any lawyers out there, can tell me about the referendum, how it didn't work last time, and how we can become a republic. Come on, lawyers.
I don't want to be a radical kinger, but do you know there's leftists and there's rightists and stuff like that? Or I'm like a radical king. I'd love for a king to take over, like a fucking AI king. Like a human AI arbiter of AI king.
What's his name, bro?
Just some guy that's like, hey, what's the biggest problem we got right now? All right, let me ChatGPT that real quick. Follow that solution. And like, what would everyone do? Like, you'd be all your. Do you know what's funny about humanity?
Bro,
you have so many problems yet none of them have been wiped out. It's not easier to date. It's not easier to date. It's not easy to get money.
To have kids. It's not easy to have kids.
Not easier. Nothing's been easier.
Bro, they should be giving everyone money to have kids and stay at home with their kids, so that we're raising our kids in like these wholesome environments where mum and dad are at home, at least for as many years as they'd want to be.
There should be schools that literally teach you how to do the job you want to go do. So instead of going and doing an onboarding or intake, you should literally go to a school where like you spend like months getting ready for the role, and then you're ready to go, like, and you know it inside out, and there's full work rights, because it's like, like, actually this guy's an expert in the job, we've trained him, he's certified. There should be no element of the system that he has to do where he should not know how to do it. And so you cannot, like, yell at him.
yeah. Don't yell at people, guys. Like, what? I think this whole system we've got, like, operates under too much force. Like, I think force is the wrong way to like structure a society, man. I'm not for it. It's like, if you do something wrong, basically, we're gonna get someone with a gun to tell you. Like, say I had a situation that happened to me, right? Mm. And basically, someone was telling me that they had rights that I don't think they had.
Did you see that, by the way, I sent you about the federal agent that was on the?
I don't think it was real. Was it real?
It was real, but that's how stupid the the officers were.
No, I think it was staged, but it didn't look real to me. I think it was a complete it was
Look, a mock up.
Yeah, it was like there was no one else around. There was this like random Mexican guy in the back. Like, it didn't look like it didn't look real to me.
Let's explain your situation.
So I had an issue with a member of like some public official. And they were telling me that they had rights.
Like how we fucking skirt around it. We're the best at skirting, bro. I swear to God, we should be on skis because we just skate around the topic so fucking well.
This public official had a disagreement about what rights they had. And I don't think they had the rights that they were purporting to have.
Yeah, purporting.
They then proceeded to advise me that if I didn't agree that they had the rights that they had, they were going to get members of the police force to talk to me. Mm. Which means like I'm going to get guys with guns to come and tell you that I've got the right to tell you this particular thing. And I was shocked. I was like, bro, it's not, this is, you haven't got this particular right. And it was very obvious that they didn't. I questioned them on that. I said, how are you making that request? And I realized that basically in this society, when you don't listen to someone with authority, someone with a gun will come and tell you, you have to either listen or,
Yeah.
Comply, don't comply. And that was scary for
Or
me.
we'll warp it so that you never have a chance to express yourself, and
Yeah.
even if you say the correct words that
Yeah.
protect you,
Yeah.
we don't know the rules anyway ourselves. So like,
And we're going to protect the guy who's
we
the
go
public
by
official.
we go by the vibe. Okay,
Yeah.
if you don't give us the good vibe, you're fucked.
Yeah.
All right? We go by vibe now. We're not, we've got DEIs, so we just hire anyone, and we don't really abide by strict law setting. We don't really respect it personally ourselves, because this is, a system, like a personal choice system.
This is like, I think there's a lot of improvement we could do.
By the way, the scenario we're saying is there's a Twitter video of an air hostess that's asking a guy for his ID, and he goes, "Look, I know that you're requesting it, but by law, I don't have to show you unless I'm coming in the board, I'm boarding, or I'm like putting my bags in, checking in or whatever, and that's it. You can't check for my ID while I'm sitting down. It's not lawful." And she's like, "Excuse me, I've got the police officer here now, and he's telling you that you need to show your ID." And he's like, "Look, officer, I know the law. I don't need to. Can you guys just? There's no issue here. Just please leave me alone, and leave me alone, please." And the officer's like, "Oh, she's an extension of the law." Because she can get me to come after you at any time. So technically, she's the extension of the law.
It was a real bullshit.
It's like horrible. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, and he laughed. He's like, "Extension of the law?" And he's like, "She is." And she's like, "That's right. I am the extension of the law."
It was really good at demonstrating that. I think everyone should listen. I think it was a good demonstration of what. Listen, the content was 100% right. Like, this guy was saying to them, "I'm an FBI agent. Shut the fuck up. You don't have the right. You haven't got the right. You're telling me you have." And I know this because I'm in law enforcement, so you haven't got those rights. So back the fuck off, because I'm about to close down a massive, I think it was like a capture
he's
or something.
Undercover.
He's undercover.
They're asking for his ID. He's like, I physically cannot show you my ID. I cannot do that, okay? And they're like, taking no for an answer. Police officer, everything. And he's like, "I'm an FBI agent undercover. This has been a 3-year stint." Pulls out his thing. He's like, "Get the fuck out of my faces now." And they're like, okay, sir. But only then.
Like, imagine
the law officer who got probably trained for this operation was told, "You only have to show your ID at these checkpoints. Yeah. You sit down, no one can bother you." Do you think that stopped the scenario from taking place because he was about to get arrested? So do you think the law protected that man at all? And he was educated and probably was trained in the operation. Was the law there protecting him? No. Yeah. It's a made-up law. Everything's made up now. There is no law.
That's scary. It's a scary thought. So I think that leads us into a good wind-down session for the end there. What do you reckon, bro? Like, it's the content's good.
No law. Yeah.
I think we both have a lot to talk about on that topic, and it's good to touch base on our experiences and make sure that anyone else out there that feels kind of like they're not supported by the law, or not feeling like the law is just to them, hasn't been just to them. I think that's something that you have felt strongly, and me with a a strong affection for the law. I definitely am always looking at ways to improve things and make sure that people don't get
it's like, we got no answers for you, bro. So it's like all these people out there. It's like, man, we got no answers. The whole moral of the story was, bro, we got no answers.
We got no answers, but you're not alone, bro.
This FBI agent had no answers for you, bro. Trust me, we got no answers for you, bro.
That's what I'm saying. But we have to make sure that people in Australia, like, man, if you felt injustice, man, like, and we've got to find politicians and leaders who want to hear about that injustice, so that we can have a better Australia, because I want to make Australia great. I want it to be like this MAGA. Let's make Australia great, bro.
There should be an AI that...
Mark Boris, bro. You know what you're talking about on this level, bro. I want make Australia great.
I want an AI to mediate all my human interactions from now. I want like a little AI to go, "Hello," and represent like the happy medium between like conversations pretty much. Because it's just like, man, I don't know if it's like a good experience, like a good fair, without someone there to just go, "Excuse me, actually no, the law is Section 5, Section 2.
Oh man, imagine an AI constantly being able to like say, "Sorry, that's incorrect. You haven't got the right to move that person on."
The ego would explode. Imagine the ego explosion.
And we'd be so polite, like, "Sorry, unfortunately, officer, you're overstepping your boundary there. Yeah.
Move please, and you just like move through, and they're like, it wouldn't leave them. It wouldn't leave them.
Yeah, man. Well, listen, bro, I love you, man. Thanks for the chat as always. Catch you later.
Bye. Ciao.